Hello, good morning. My name is Mohammad Asim. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to cover how to create a Jenkins pipeline on we will add uploading the artifacts to S3 using gzip archive in Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. Okay. As a DevOps engineer, how you are going to make this workflow as very easy and auto trigger whenever there is a commit happen periodically. The S3 the artifacts should be created for your application, right? It has to store in S3 bucket and it has to be attached one commit ID and the Jenkins build number and the reference of the project. Okay, so that it can be traceable easily in your S3 bucket itself. Okay, so let's go and have a lab way. Before that, what we require, there is a prerequisite of that you should have hands-on knowledge of AWS, right, to create a virtual machine on which we are going to host Jenkins. And for that, we are going to use AWS. So let's click on the launch instance, and we will create one Jenkins. Let's get Jenkins server, right? We require Jenkins server. So I will use Ubuntu operating system, right? Then I will go with T2 small because I require the fast, more resources virtual machine. Then I'll create one new query pair. The best practice is to create the new pair, but if you have existing one, you can use that pair itself also, right? Click on the create pair, so the key will be downloaded in your download folder. Then for my use case for the learning practice, I'm creating this in the default VPC given by AWS. In your use case, you have to create in your organization. If you're working for any like project VPC, you have to select from this edit. You can edit and you can select VPC in the subnet. Okay. We will create new security groups so that we can enable multiple ports for the Jenkins and other parts, right? So for use case, I will just allow SSH. Then later on, we can do that part. So in this case, I'll go with the default 8 GB storage, no issue for me. So I have given everything prompt what is required minimum. So I'll click on the launch instance. It will take few seconds and our EC2 instance will be up and running. Click on this part, right? So our instance ID is created on which the building and everything will be followed, right? So I'll click on this Jenkins artifacts and I will copy this public IP, right? This is a dynamic IP. Whenever I'm going to start or restart my my virtual machine EC2 instance, I'm going to get new IP. Okay, so now it's in the running stage, right? It will restart. Before that, we will set it up to access our SSH client. So SSH client, I'm using Mobile Storm. This is a third-party application, right? If you don't know how to configure and everything, you can check my YouTube channel where I have this complete tutorial how you can set it up, right? So I'll click on this and it's say I have maximum. So let me delete one session over here, because by in the free tier it's providing only 14 or 15 sessions. Okay, so I have previous session, so I'll click over here and I will give you the IP address which I have taken from AWS. The Ubuntu operating system default user is Ubuntu. Later on you can change using a Linux user management, right? You should have the knowledge of Linux. So I will give the path of my new key which I have downloaded, right, from the AWS. Click on this. So what happened, I will be able to log in with my authorization, right? So prompt is given that I'm authorized person now, right? So it's showing that I'm successfully, they have validated my key, the PIN key, and it's given me permission to log in into this virtual machine which we have created. If you check it over down, you'll be able to find some of the information, right? So if you go here, it's saying that if you want administration access, then switch to root. In the Linux operating system, administrator is root. Okay, so root is a top level super admin, right? So I'll switch back to sudo su, right? Then I'll go use cd command. So I'll be going to the path of root. If I check where I am using power pwt, right? Because then what directory, if you enter, I'm in the root directory, right? So as per our prerequisite, what we require one Jenkins tool, right? For the installation, we will check like Jenkins on Ubuntu, right? So you'll be redirected from the browser. You'll get a lot of options. From here, we'll go with the official Jenkins, right? If you click on the link Linux on Jenkins, you'll be finding over here for the official document of Jenkins. If you check it here, he is providing to the Linux distribution, several Linux distribution which is supported for the Jenkins installation. For our use case, we are going with Ubuntu, right? We have Ubuntu operating system. So in this case, if you check over here, with the release of Debian 20, OpenJDK 11 is no longer included. it has been replaced with OpenJDK 17. Okay, so the best practice is that now you require Java because Jenkins is built on Java. Okay, so what we will do it quickly, we'll go and we will install Java first, right? Then we will install Jenkins because Jenkins is written in Java language. So we required to up and running the Jenkins, we required Java in your virtual machine, right? So that command is given here, how you can install Java, right? Sudo apt update, sudo apt install, right? Sudo apt Java version. Okay, I'll copy this Control C and I'll go back to my terminal, right? Let me clear using CLR clear, right? I'll paste it over here, the commands, okay? Here I will hit enter. So it's updating my virtual machine, right? EC2 instance. Then afterward, it will install the dependencies of Java. Then it will install the Java, okay? It will take all the source code from the library, right? Which are specified over here. If you check over here, it's saying that using this command, it will fetch all the dependency of Java, right? The source code of Java and everything. After that, it will install Java, right? Java JRE 17 version. So how I'm going to get the version using Java -version after completion of installation. So it's prompting me why, because I have not given y in the update height. So it should progress to 100%. So we'll wait in the few seconds, will be completed, okay? Now, if I give the command over here, right, it should print me the version of Java. So it's printing me at the version is 70, right? 17 and 12. So it's fine. The pre-request of Jenkins installation is completed. So now we will go quickly and we will install the versions. Now they have two versions over here. One is LTS, that is long-term support release. Second one, you have weekly release, okay? But in the real-time scenario, in the organization, everywhere, we always recommended to go for LTS version of any software, okay? So what I will do it quickly, I'll go over on this. Then it's showing the copy to clipboard. I'll click on this. We'll copy as it is whatever over here, right? Either you can copy from here also, but still I'll copy from there itself, okay? So I'll go to the terminal. I will just paste whatever the command I have copied and I will hit enter. So what will that? It will install my Jenkins on this virtual machine, that is EC2 instance, right? After installing that, there is multiple options also given, but that is recommended. How you can start the Jenkins, this command is given. How you can enable the Jenkins on the boot, right? Whenever my EC2 instance rebooted, or I'm going to keep in the stop state, I'm going to restart this EC2 instance, right? At the time, by default, it should be enabled. That means it should start the Jenkins server itself, right? Service. So what I will do it, I will go over here. Then I'll paste the command, whatever I have copied, they hit enter. So it will prompt that it's executing, right? It's synchronizing with Jenkins.server. So it will be enabled on the output, right? Enable Jenkins. So after that, the command, what is there, we will follow the same thing. It's saying that just check the status of the Jenkins. So I will click, I will go back to the terminal, right? I will give it over here, the status, yeah, right? It's pointing me that this is up and running. Now what do we require? We required the Jenkins is saying active and running over here, right? It's saying everything details. And what do we require now? We are going to access the Jenkins server, right, from the browser. So what do I require? I require two things. First, IP address, I will paste it over here, right? Second thing, I have to enable in the security the inbound rule for this Jenkins. I'll click on this. Then I will add inbound rules. I will just click over here and I will say 8080 port and I will open for everywhere and I will add it over here for the Jenkins. So just I should have the knowledge why I have opened this port, right? It can have 1000 inbound rules also, right, in the future. So it's saying that it's up and running now. We have enabled. So just I will give it 808 port number on which by default Jenkins will be running on 808 port. So you'll be redirected to the login page over here. Showing that there is a one key, right, to ensure Jenkins is securely set up by the administrator, that is root, right? Password has been returned to the log file. So whenever you are installing Jenkins, one automatic password will be generated. by Jenkins itself, okay, where it will be stored in our virtual machine. The path they have given, I'll use Control C to exit. I'll use cat command just to view the content, right? Paste over here and hit enter. So it will prompt me password of this Jenkins, right, setup. So I will be just pasting in the browser, right? Just a second. I'll be pasting in the browser. I'll continue over here. You're able to find two options now, right? Install suggested plugin or select plugin to install. So what I will say, I'll go for the default plugins, whatever plugins they are Jenkins recommending, I will install that. After that, what we will do it, we will install the plugins which we required for this tutorial. Okay. Before that, what we will do, we will go to the GitHub, right? GitHub, I will tell you that which repository we are going to use. In our session, we are going to use node.js application. If I will create a node modules of that, that is, when I'm going to npm install. So one node modules and everything for the application, Bingo application will be created. Okay. So if I'm going back over here, Bingo 1, right? Bingo 1, right? This is a repository which I'll be using. This is a public, you can access also, right? Even you can give the star for this. It has been forked multiple times also, right? It has been forked 14 times, okay? So over here, what I will do it, I'll go to this. This is taking few seconds, or it will take few minutes. If you check down drive over here, you'll be find this, all the plugins is getting installed, like Opus, Markup, Build, okay? Workspace Cleanup and Gradile, okay? By default, it's installing. But still we require some plugins that we will install after this configuration, everything. कट ये करते हैं यहाँ से, इसको ऐड नहीं करना, इसको यहाँ से कट कर देना, ठीक है? जब तक मैं टेक बना हुआ हूँ, जब तक करके आना, ठीक है? So if you check it over here now, right? Take 2. If you check it over here, all the plugins have been installed. That is prompting me to add the name. So by default, what I'm doing, my best practice is to keep the name as simple, right? You can keep admin, anything over here, but you have to log in using this only later on to this Jenkins dashboard, okay? So I will give it as Cloud Arson, right? Let's say I will give it admin, so that the best practice is to have the admin over here. Then I will give a password as admin 123, right? Admin, but in your case, you keep it strong password. This is only for the tutorial purpose, right? I will add it admin, I will add it admin at gmail.com, right? Click save and continue. So now what happens, it will save all the things, got it? So how you're going to access the Jenkins, usually this is the same URL which is prompting here. We said it's okay, fine, we know this part. So now the Jenkins has been set up now correctly, right? So now what do we require? We are going to create one CI/CD pipeline, okay? CI/CD pipeline to automate our builds, right? The deployment process, whatever we are doing manually before, now we are going to use automation for right, creating the build artifacts, right? Build artifacts of one Node.js application and add upload into your S3 bucket, okay? So now if you check it over the dashboard over here of the Jenkins landing page, right? The home page, you'll be finding Jenkins, the dashboard, and log it admin, because I've given admin, right? So here is showing that create a job or new item, that refers to the same thing, okay? So I'll click on the new item, then it's going to be that what kind of pipeline you are going to make. So I will say that I'm going to make a pipeline, scripted pipeline I'm going to use, right? So the name I'm using, let's say I'm giving Bingo, because my application is Bingo, right? Bingo, let's say it's a dev environment, right? We are going with a dev environment. So I will write it Bingo dev CI CD, okay? So after that, I'm selecting this name has to be based on our use case, right? I'm selecting the pipeline, I'll click it, okay. So now the pipeline gets started, right? So we are setting, this is for artifacts load on S3. This description, just to remember what this pipeline defines, right? We will add it over here. Then afterwards, it's asking me old build, how many to keep. We will based on our use case. I can keep it number of these or number of builds to keep. Okay. So in best practice is to keep 4 or 2 based on your use case. So in this tutorial, because we are going to debug this mode, right? If whatever the errors we are going to is, we are going to fix it live. Okay. So this we will keep 4, and then afterward it will ask you that then it will ask to write the pipeline code, right? So now what we will do it, we will first create a one pipeline, right? As I mentioned that we'll go and we'll create a pipeline. So what we will do it, there is 2 ways. First, we can use the pipeline directly from source code management, because I don't want to upload any file over there, Jenkins file, and trigger from here. So what I will do, let's create this everything from the scratch. So I will take the help from the hello world pipeline. So it has a structure of how you're going to use. So this is a Groovy language. It will not declare to pipeline, right? Here, first step, what you need to do, you have to write pipeline only, right? Pipeline. So in the pipeline, we are defining agent any. That means if you check it over here, right? Let me open this one, dashboard, right? See, it's showing you set up the agent, right? So in my case, I don't have any agent because this is Jenkins is only one I have. We're not going with the slave or master concept. So in this case, I'm saying that please take any one. Okay. So I'm not defining any node, everything. If you want to define any slave 1 or slave 2, then you can give the name here, but it has to register in your Jenkins. Okay. So we'll skip this part. So I will add it only Jenkins any. Then afterward, there is a multiple stages which we have to configure. The part is that when you open the cursive bracket, right? I will show that part also. So by default, what happens whenever you create one cursive bracket, hit enter, automatically the bracket will be closed. Okay. Early brackets, right? In first part, what we will add it, we will add as git clone, right? Source code, because we want to clone. We want to clone it, right? We want to clone our repository of our application. Okay. After that, I want to use that git clone command, right? So for that, let's take a say pipeline syntax command help. Then in the dropback, what happened? We will go back over here. Then I will use the git, right? Then I need the repository. Repository is my repository, right? When you click on this code, that is bingo 1, I will copy. Then I'll go back to here and I will paste a repository. If this repository is public, so I don't require credentials. Okay. The branch, I have to check on which branch it is in the main. So I have to give the same name over here. What is there over there, right? Main credential, I don't require. If it is private, then I need to give the credentials. So just in this case, click on the add, you add the credentials and select from the this drop down. Okay. If your repository is private. So I'll click on this, it will generate one script. I will copy the script, right? So I'll go back over here. Then afterwards, I will delete this part, right? I will paste it. Okay. The first step, what we did, we have used the git branch main URL, right? I have given the git repository URL. Okay. After that, everything is fine. Now, you have to remember that when you're working with Jenkins file, you're writing the Jenkins pipeline script, right? Then all the close bit, when you're opening any flower brackets, right? Then you have to close the same way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it has to be same. If one is deleted, it will prompt you that is the one error. Okay. So don't worry about that. I will progressively show you that also. So what we did, we added one step over here. Okay. Apply save. So we will execute first step. For that, what we will do, we will just add one line over here for the description. It will print this, right? Just stage 1. We will edit this periodically. Okay. Don't worry. Stage 1, I'm adding apply save. Let me trigger this first step, right? First stage of one pipeline. So what happened? The build has been done. So if you check in the live side and left side, you will be finding this is the status. Whatever the changes you have, the build now is to build, configure is to edit, this is to delete. Okay. Build, edit, delete. These are the 3 options available from Jenkins. So one is showing green, that means our pipeline has been successfully done. Okay. If I'm going in the console output, it's showing that Jenkins, okay, so this workspace has been created in your virtual machine. That means where Jenkins has been hosted in the EC2 instance. There one workspace is created with your project name. The project name, whatever I have given, it has created with this. Then it's saying that Git has cloned this repository. and started, and it has done all the step whatever given. So now if you go over here, you'll be finding there is no preview of any stages over here. Okay, so before we used to have a view of this, but in the latest Jenkins version, they have revoked this option. So what we have to do it, we have to go and add one plugin, right? So what I will do it, I'll go back over here. I'll go for the manage plugin, right? I will go for the plugin. Here you'll see that update available plugin, install plugin. If you click on the install, whatever plugin we installed during the installation, right? Recommended plugins that has been installed over here. Okay, but we required one plugin that is named as pipeline, right? Pipeline. In just a second. Pipeline, right? It's showing the stage view. So I'll click on this. I will select this one pipeline. Then I required S3 also, as I mentioned that, right? So I'll click S3. So I will click S3, right? S3 publisher is over here, right? This is a plugin to upload files to Amazon S3 bucket. Okay. So I'll click install. These plugins are getting installed. It's successfully installed. It's pending, right? So it's fine. What is saying that some of their installed, some plugins you need to restart after downloading these plugins, right? So what happened? You have to restart this plugin. So simply what I will do, I can restart from the URL. So just go, I will go to see, I will type restart and I will hit enter over here. It will prompt that do you want to restart to avoid mistakenly restarting your server, right? Jenkins server. So I will say yes. So is Jenkins server is getting restarted. Okay. Before that, as we have seen that, right? Let me show you that part also. I think it's starting, right? So where by default, it's creating our workspace in your EC2 instance where it will be stored. So the default path is var. There is a library lib Jenkins. If you LL over, you will find everything related to Jenkins. Okay. This cache, Groovy, Java, right? The plugin, jobs, what are the jobs available? Logs is available, plugins is why you have installed, right? It will take all backup of your Jenkins, what you're using GUI, right? From the browser. So here it will create one workspace. As I say that it created one workspace. It's available over. If I ls over here, you will to find that whatever the job or the pipeline we have created, you'll find the same over here. I'm going to use the bingo CD inside. Oh, if you ll over here, you'll see the same source code which is available in my GitHub repository, right? If you check it in the GitHub repository, all I have the source code. Okay, that is cloned to my Jenkins server, that is Jenkins EC2 instance. So now successfully restarted the Jenkins, right? So let's go to the dashboard. Is it restarting again? Let's check. It's restarted already. Let me refresh. Okay. When we configured this, we used admin, right? Admin 123, right? The password also login. So I'm using the same credential. Please note down the credential while you're creating or working on this. It's best practice to create one progressive document. So I'll go back over here. Then we'll go for the edit and we will add more steps. So if you check it over here, you find, let me show you this part. Before it was missing, right? Stage view. So after installation of plugin, then it's showing that the stage view is unable, right? So what we will do, we'll go to the configure. And then afterwards, we will add one more stage, right? Stage 1. So I will copy from this stage to this end, right? After that, hit enter. Then I will paste the same thing. So the same name of stages should not be there. So I will add it as stage 2, right? Stage 2. After that, what I will say that please install npm, right? Because to create node modules and everything, because my application is written in node.js application. If you check over here, if you read my document, everything is given. This project was learn how to use WebSocket, how to create a multiple game, right? It's a game application bingo, and it is used creating Next.js, React. Okay, so it's a JavaScript. For that, we require Node.js, right? So I'm going to install node npm install, right? So I will delete over here. So how you are going to, we need one shell command to create this one, right? So I'll go back over here. I will take the help of this syntax, right? Snippet generator. And I'll go back over here. Then I'll use such shell script npm install, right? Npm install. So it has given npm install command, but the best practice, I will show you how you can write this pipeline. Just paste it over here. No, I haven't copied, right? Just let me copy this. Okay, I'll be pasting over here, right? As such npm install. Okay, so how many ways this opened? We have closed this too. This is file. Okay, I'll apply save and I will use save, right? Go and build it over here. Before that, I will show you the repository, right? If you ln here, you will not find any npm installation has been done, right? So before that, if you check, okay, fine. When I say over here, right, node.js -5, because my application is written in node.js, right, JavaScript, so I required installation of node.js, right? So here is proving that you can install using node.js, but for here, I have already written one blog. So there you can check on the Medium, right? If you click on this node.js installation, so you'll come over here. Then afterwards, you'll check every single thing. Then what we can do it, we can go scroll back. Just a second. We will follow the steps and we will install the latest version of Node.js application. Right? So I will copy this command, right? I will go back to my EC2 instance, then I'll paste this command over here, hit enter, right? What happened? What it will download Node.js keys and dependencies of this, and it will download all the dependency of Node.js, right? After that, what is saying that use this repository, right? Create DB repository, okay? When we can install this application, okay? Option is given, you can install any version of Node.js. For in our use case, we will check it off package.json where it has written, right? It has written which version can be used. So here in my version is 8. So I'll go with the version, it's 18 itself. I have to go 18 or lower than that, okay? After that, I'll paste it over here. I need to edit this part, okay? What I will do, I will go back over here. Then afterwards, I will edit the part of 20 and I will give it 18, right? I will hit enter. So after that, what happened? It has the keys, right? Afterwards, going over here, now what we will do, we will, after adding, we have to update the packages, whatever happened, right? Whatever we have done, we have added the key, right? We have added the deb repositories and everything. So simply I will go, right? I will click paste over here. I'm uploading the packages, right? Afterwards, I'm installing Node.js. By default, Node.js will be installed, and with that along one npm manager, that is Node.js kit manager, also will be installed. So it's prompting me the version of 10, right? So if I check node-v, so you will to find the node application is 18, right? Which is the required 1820, right? So let me go and confirm which kind of we have done over here. 1820, it has to be there. So what I have to do it, I have to update this pipeline also, right? I will copy this version. Now we have synchronized our application dependencies and then itself, okay? So now what we will do it, now Node.js is installed and we have installed npm version also. Now my pipeline can work because we in the pipeline, what we have done, we have commands, right? What commands we have added over here? If you check it over here, right, in the configure, we have said that npm install, right? The stage 2 have written npm install. So for that, I require node.js and npm to be installed on my virtual machine on which Jenkins is running, right? So I will apply. Then I'll go back to the bingo. Then I will build now. So now what happened? It will print me the stages. What stages is going on? First stage is over here. We have in the second build, what we have done, we have added one more, right? Stage 2. So after the stage 1, the stage 2 will work. Wait. So stage 2 is started over here. You'll be seeing, when checking the logs, you will be able to find it has started creating npm install. Okay. So if I'm going to check over here, you'll see that resources also start and consume. That means some activity is going in this virtual machine. So prompt you that npm install has been done successfully. Now what I will do it, I will just edit over. You will to find, let me go back over here. CD bingo, because I'll be back to the instant. Just click over here. You will see one file which is packet log.json with. Let me see. One file was not there. Just to see what's the difference we have. Okay. So what npm install will do, it will install whatever we have specified in package.json file, right? Whatever we have installed in package.json file. So if you check it over here, whatever the dependency of my application is there, the dependency of the browser language, Next we required, right? Next.js we required, React we required, right? React DOM we required, and Socket IO we required, right? So this all dependency, whatever is there, it's already been installed over here. Okay. So this part is done completely. So we have done. So the best practice, we will add one more point over here is that whenever we are going to create the build, before that build, we will try to delete, clean our workspace, right? So the issue is that whenever we are going to add new modules or something, one cache will be done, right? To delete that part, just a second, to have any conflicts with this existing caches, node modules and everything, we will do that part. Sorry, I think I have done something wrong. I'm supposed to add the stage, right? So what I will do it, I will add new stage over here, right? Stage. I will rename as stage 1, stage 2, right? Stage 3. In this stage 3, what we will do it, let me add the pen. So let's clean the workspace. Clean WS. Okay. So what happened whenever we are working in workspace, right? So one workspace that as shown in Linux, right? Just know in the somewhere. So here what happened whenever we run an execute command, one cache will be created for like not in the .next, right? .dev is kind of one kind of some caches will be done always. Okay. But the caches can differ with whenever the code has been changed. We add a new code that can be might be some issue. To best practice is to clean the workspace whenever we are going to create the new build. Okay. So now how do we get this workspace command, right? So simply you'll go over here and the drop down, I will go with the clean workspace, right? See, clean workspace. So create workspace. So just take this command, right? Copy and paste in the pipeline. Okay. Simple. Just I've copied one stage over here. I'd created first stage and I'm given the name of the stages, clean workspace. Then I'm giving clone over clean workspace command I have created from using simple, right? So just I will save over here, apply and save, and I will trigger now this pipeline. So now I will know it will go in the sequence. First, because we have changed the name of the stages, right? It will not take reference of the second. So now the first pipeline will be just a second. First stage will be run, second stage will be run, executed, third stage will be executed. Whatever we have given over here, all the stages will be cleared over here, right? Pre-stage that prompt, if you go over here, check the console output, you're able to find First step, what we have given stage to clean the workspace. So what is saying? The stage 1 is executing using the command, right? Clean clean WS. So it's saying that deleting the project workspace, right? Everything is wiped out in the project workspace. Then afterwards, it's got gone the repository code. Then it is in saying npm install. Okay, 3 commands that has been executed as per our steps what we have written in our Jenkins, Jenkins declarative script. Then we'll go, and now our aim is to write a one code, right? Second, what we have to do it, this 4th step. Okay, now what we are going to get over here, right? So if I paste it over here, steps, right? The 4th step, we are going to create one zip of our code, right? Artifacts gzip, right? So what I'm going to package the code, right? Whatever the artifacts code we have got from the repository after using npm or npm install, right? What we are going to do it, we have to package these things, right? And we will upload in S3 bucket, right? So simple step is that whenever you're going to write multiple such command, right? Like shell script command, then what you need to do, you have to add script over here. So what I'm going to do it, I'm going to open the flower bracket, then hit enter. So flower bracket will be closed. Then what I will do it, I will use sh. So if you are going to use with multiple, right? Let's say as I mentioned that we are going to add multiple shell commands in this script. Okay, in this stage 4. So I'm using 3 columns, right? Notations, then hit enter. Then afterwards, what I'm saying, I'm using var dash c, right? czvf. This the command is used to artifacts, whatever we are going here. The command, I will explain this command. Let me go with this. .gz. Okay. When the current directory, I will specify what I want to gzip, right? What I want to gzip is that whatever I have in the workspace, right? Workspace in the set bingo. So whatever files I do have, that one, all the files, that means I'm giving star, right? Sorry, dot. But use the current directory, whatever I have, that will make one zip file, right, of our code. Okay. So I have given this command tar dash czvf, right? RGS is used in Linux to zip the file. The same we are using zip folders, right? When we are creating any zip files in the Windows operating system, right? Same things goes over here also. After that, writing this, what you have to do, you have to open this what we have given quotations over here, right? So first command what we are going are, right? wcvf, okay, artifacts.gz. So now the point is that do we have R installed on your machine? So let's go and check, right? Before installing something, we will switch back to root directory, right? Here what we will do it, we will install the tar and zip file which is missing. Okay, so just give the paste, hit enter. So what happened, it started installation of sudo apt install tar and zip. If I check now which tar, so I'll be getting some point that is installed on this path, right? If I'm checking gzip, so it will prompt you that it has been installed over this, right? Gzip, which gzip, right? So it's showing what is now we have installed successfully using the command, right? Sudo apt install tar gzip. Now we will switch back to the directory. Okay, var lib Jenkins workspace. After that, if I ls over here, I'll be finding one directory cde bingo, right? Then what I'm using, I'm going to create the gzip file, right? As I mentioned that, what we are going to do it, we are going to create one gzip format file. Okay. For that, the command is just simple var, right, dash czvf. Okay, name I'm giving artifacts of the file which I'm going to create, right? Let me zoom in, artifact, then dot or dot gz, and the directory, which directory I want to create, okay, I'm taking, so I will hit enter. So what happened, whatever the package we have, all will be packed in one file. If you check it over here, you'll be finding, one dot gzip files will be created. But the practice is that we cannot add node modules because we have used npm install, right? So in the next step, what we will do it, we will exclude this node modules. Okay. So let me check, do I have any gzip file? You'll be able to find one artifacts.gz file has been taken, right? One, has been created. Okay. If you check it over here, whatever the code we have added over there. So the best practice is to ignore some of the files, right? What are the files we are going to ignore? We will check it now. Okay. So what we will do it, we will be successfully installed and we have done manually. Now the same step we will do it from the Jenkins. Okay. If you go over here, tar, right? cvzdef, given the name of artifacts, right? Artifacts dot tar dot gz, right? Then afterwards I will use the condition, right? Exclude, okay, is equal to, then afterwards I will say that in notation I want to exclude what? Node modules, because I don't require node modules, right? Node modules is installed when you are going for installation of npm modules, right? So it will create some modules inside your work directory. After that, I will saying exclude one more time, one more document, right? One more file. So I will say that is equal to, let me see what it has created. So we'll follow the same thing. If I NL over here, what happened? We have one is node modules I want to ignore. The remaining, I don't think git ignore also, right? So I will add git ignore into it. Okay. So exclude, and then afterwards open. Just a second. I will dot git over here, right? The same file over here, what we have, it's a git or dot git. It's a dot git. I want to exclude these two files in my gzip format. Okay. So what I'm going to do it, I'm going to ignore this gzip dot git, in the node modules, so that it to minimize all my gzip files, right? So this part, right, we are doing using the pipeline script. Okay, just minimize over here. So what I'm saying that please create one more gzip file. Okay, and then we add the command exclude is equal to, when giving condition node modules, then afterwards giving dash, right? Afterwards adding one more condition, exclude, right? Dot gz, and the directory which I'm giving is over here, current directory. Okay, I will save this part. Right? And just I will give it it would be straight, right? All the syntax should be correct. We'll save and then apply over here. What we did, we added one stage over here. Let me trigger this and see what the output I'm going to get on this. Okay, as we have given the command like clean workspace. So what it will do, first whatever the workspace is there, that will be deleted everything. Okay, then the git will clone the repository from the GitHub. The code will be cloned from there. Then afterward npm install will be done, right? Afterward, what happened, gzip will be done. Okay, now I receive the failure, right? I receive the failure. So what is the practice? You just click on this fourth step, go in the console output and check what is the failure of our step. So it's saying that npm install is done perfectly. After that, it's tried to zip this file, okay, and gone up to down. But the files, as we read it, there is an issue of, okay, script return with codex error. Okay, so what happened, the dot files, we tried to copy this file, no? So it's creating some issue. So in the time, what we can do it, we can enhance our pipeline, right? So as I remember that we can create one full file. With the time file, we can push all these temporary files into that folder, right, in one directory. Then afterwards we will do this part. Okay, for that we will go back over here. We will go for the step, right? First we will add the script as I have over here. Script is fine. Afterwards SSH. So first step, what we will do it, we will go and we will create one directory. So let's say I will add hash just to make a comment, create, just for remembers, created temp directory. Okay, So I will hit enter. Then I will use mkr command, right? So -p, then afterwards /tmp, right? Temporary archive, right? I'm giving archive. Okay. So what I'm doing to create one directory, temporary directory, right? In that, whatever the temporary node dot is getting executed, that I'm going to save in that. After creation of that, what I'm going to do I'm copying that to that files, right? Copy that files, copying, I'm giving hash so that it's not readable. Okay. So at that time, I will be using command, right? Synchronize AV, right? Then exclude. In this also I'm saying exclude, right? Exclude is equal to, and in the quotation I'll give it as again .git, okay? .git. Then afterwards, then I'm giving let me just directory, right? And the path where we have the path temp, path of the directory which you are creating above, right? Temp archive. Fine. I'm giving / over here, right? So after this execution, I'm giving the command like create one gzip file, right? Exclude all the things. So after that, what you need to add one more step is that the condition what you have to give it. You have to give it the condition over here .gzip. And I will remove this part because I'm adding that exclude node modules and everything over there, right? So let me just add one more over here. This is fine. This is fine. I will remove this because I have already added up over, right? So now what we will do we will add, just a second. I will give it condition C commit, right? And I will do the path of temp -archive. Okay, correctly I've given dot. So let me check it out with this command. So first step what we are doing over here is let me just delete. First we are creating one this is my workspace, right? In the workspace I'm creating one more directory, right? In that all the dot git and everything I'm copying that into it so that it should be ignored, right? Then remaining part I'm going to make the gzip format. So I will compose that format to create the artifacts. Here I'll create one gzip file, right? So let me save this point and trigger this pipeline again. Okay. Pipeline has been started, so it's going with the 1, 2, 3, 4. In every build, then it will proceed from the first state, 1 to 3rd, 4th, right? Okay. So if you check it over here, that pipeline we got in the 5th itself, 4th failed, 5th we got successful. If you check in the console output, you will find that npm install has been done. First workspace is done. Then afterwards, we able to npm install. Then afterwards, what we do, it has created one mkr directory, temp archive, in that what is the git and everything has been included. After that, it has created one file with the name of artif.r.gz, right? It has zips to my all the code existing. So now if I go over here and if I'm going back and get back again to the same workspace, this is my project. If I NL over here, I able to find artifacts, right? Artifacts.er, right? r.gz. Okay. So this already successfully done, right? All the code has been added over here. So now the point is, whatever we, as we say that, the point is we are able to successfully add this, right? This file, okay? Successfully we're going to create this gz file. But the point is that what we require, we need to upload now the same file, okay? Now what we did, we have added this, everything we have done, but we have to upload in S3 bucket, right? S3 bucket, we have to upload this artifacts, okay? So for that, we required one S3 bucket. So quickly what we will do we will go into our account and we'll go back to S3, right? We'll click on the S3 bucket, right? We will create one S3 bucket. Click on the create bucket. Then I will give it as S3 and bingo artifacts artifacts. Okay, the bucket name I'm giving. So I'll just click okay, I'll keep everything default. It will check the name should be unique, right? You have to create the name as a unique. So the name of the bingo artifacts we received. Now what we have to do it, we have to add these credentials and the access for AWS of S3 bucket inside the Jenkins. Okay. So for that we already installed, if you remember, we have already installed one S3 plugin. Okay. For that case, what we have to do it, we have to go, let me go over here. Okay. So drop down, what we will do it, we will just go into the drop down step. Then we will go beep down. Then we will find one S3 over here. See, if you check it over here, it's saying that we upload, will publish artifacts to S3 bucket. I click on this. Then it's saying the profile. I think I have not created the profile. So what you have to do it, you have to go and add the credentials. So let me go over here, right? You have to go to the manage Jenkins. So what we have to do it, in order to integrate your S3 bucket, right, with our Jenkins, you have to give what? You have to give access key, right? Authorization of IAM user, right? Who has the permission of the Jenkins of S3 bucket to access everything, right? So that the Jenkins can use this credential to upload, right? They upload to the S3 bucket. Okay. So what we required to provide the Jenkins, the credentials and everything. So for that use case, what you have to do, you have to go back over here. Then you have to check in the tools, right? Let me go down. Oh no, just a second. I think missed out. In the system, let me go to the system. Here we will see, you'll find one S3 block where you have to give all the details. Okay. So if you come down over here, everything down, get this thing. See, you're able to find that one S3 profile. Here I will add the profile name. I will give it as artifacts. Okay, artifacts S3. Okay, just a name. You can give any profile name. Okay. Now it's saying that use IAM role, or let's say I'll say that please provide the access key and the secret key. Now how you're going to get that secret access key? So in this case, you can go over here for the learning process. You can create a one IAM user also, or you can create a secondary as a root permission. Okay, there is a two way to create access and access key and secret access key. So I will go down over here. Then it's asking me create secret access key. Click on the secret access key and say it's fine. After this tutorial, I'm going to delete. So I will click this access key. I'll go back over here. Just a second. Access key. I'm giving access key. Right. Afterwards, I'm copying the secret access key. Right. Secret access key. I'm going over here and I'm pasting the secret access key also. Okay. So after saying that, let me paste the connection. I'm validating authenticated using this. I'm able to connect to my AWS account or no, right? Check pass, right? It has shown that the check has been passed. That means Jenkins has authenticated my AWS account, right? The privileges, access, everything. It's saying that it is successfully check pass. So I will click on the save. So now what we have done, we already added the S3 IAM user, right? IAM user or AWS my account credentials I have added into the Jenkins. Now when I'm going to create the syntax of this, I will click S3 upload. Whether let me refresh because it will take time because we have created one part, right? So just go here when we're going S3, right? MQR S3 over here, S3 upload. Then the profile is automatically taken. See, it has taken the profile now because I have created the profile, right? So then afterwards, upload the files. So I will save, say that upload what I want to upload, right? Star, I'll give it at star, right? Star. Afterwards, I will add the name of this is what I have .gz. Okay. So what I'm going to upload, whatever the name, it can be any name, right? In front of .gz, it can be any name. Take that file and upload that file into my S3 bucket. Okay. Exclude. I don't want to exclude anything. I'm keeping standard storage of S3 bucket. The region I have AP South 1, right? India, right? I saying you want to upload, like you can skip some parts also, right? no upload on the build failure. If your build is failure, then it will not be uploading. Build failure of the pipeline, right? If you're going to build gzip file, already we are doing that, everything. Failure is fine, everything. That let's create this pipeline. Okay, so the pipeline is created. Just I will copy this, right? Then afterwards I'll go back to my pipeline, right? To the pipeline. Then I'll go to the configure, right? And the configure, what I will do it, I will take one more block, right? I need one more block over here. I'll copy, I'll go below this part, hit enter, paste it. Okay, this is the fifth stage, right? Upload artifacts. Upload artifacts, right? After that steps, we'll go back over here again, and I will copy from here. Then we'll go back over here. Then I will remove this, right? Because I have already created the code. We'll paste it. Sorry, where I need to copy this, right? Only supported and secure. Okay, let me copy this part. Okay, go over here and I'll paste it over here. Okay, all the code I have, what I've created, it has been copied over here. Let me copy this, apply and save. Let me trigger the pipeline again. Okay, so now what happened? It will go in the same sequence. First stage will be executed, second stage will be executed, third stage will be executed, fourth stage will, it will artifact my gzip, right? And it will create one archive file in the gzip format. Okay, zip file. Then afterward, the fourth stage will be completed. And I start the fifth stage, right? Where we uploading will take pass. So let me go over here. Okay, I think we have done something wrong. So if you check it over here, he's saying that, public artifact S3 using S3 profile. Okay, fine. Goes to select false, artifact, everything, file to upload file. Why it is failed to upload file? The reason is there where I am going to upload. I think I have not given the name of the bucket, right? Source. Just just a second, that is fine. I have missed out the point providing the destination bucket, right? So in this case, I have to go to the AWS and copy the name of my S3 bucket, because this Jenkins don't know where to upload this, right? Because I have to define where I'm going to and which bucket I'm going to store. Now this is already added now. Hopefully that will fix my pipeline. So let me generate one more pipeline syntax code. I will copy with the Control C. Then I'll go back to the pipeline. Then I'll configure pipeline, right? I will delete the step what I have written with the previous code. I will delete. Then I will paste it. So this is the build number. Let me see what I have done up to now. Save and let me build now. Okay. Now when you start the build now, right, you're able to find that build step is getting created. This is a build 7, right? We failed one failure. This is also failures for the upload. Right, it's starting uploading the artifacts. Now if you check it over here, everything you find is green, right? So if you go back over here, you'll be checking the console output. Let's take all the outputs now. Started admin, because my admin login, right? It have deleted the workspace, first workspace. Let me delete and use this key to explain you. The first step what we did, we have cleaned the workspace, right? Workspace referred to the Jenkins which I've showed you, right? After that, the code has been cloned, right? The Git, it has cleaned. Afterwards, the Git, this is my workspace, right? In the workspace, after that, it has, what is done? Git have cloned my repository from the GitHub, right? And GitHub, the GitHub, the code has been cleaned. After that, what happened? npm install is done, right? In the same here, npm install, right? Because this is node.js application, right? JavaScript application where you're going to do. After that, what happened? It has taken all the code available in this repository, because I have given dot in the current repository, right? So what I done? It has made one .gz file, that is zip file in Linux. Okay, zip file. This is a utility tool we have already configured. After creating that, it has uploaded in my S3 bucket, the same file, whatever that created. How you have uploaded in the S3 bucket? Because we have given Jenkins the access key and secret access key authentication of my AWS account. Right, you have to create that and you have to give access. After that, Jenkins communicated with S3 AWS, right, using the credential, and it has validated the name of the S3 bucket also, and it I uploaded my artifacts over there. Okay, so now if I minimize over here, right, if you go down, you'll be find that one mkr temporary file, this is fine. After that, it has created one tod, right, what it has created, it has created artifacts.tod.gz, right. After that is saying the publish artifact to S3 bucket build is still running. Publish artifact to S3 profile. Using this profile, we have added the credential, right? Is saying a server encryption fail, no issue. Publish artifact file artifact uploaded from the false. Everything is done successfully. So if everything is fine from the Jenkins prospect, then it should be filed from this part also. So let me just so if you check it over here, you're able to find one GZ file has been uploaded. If you click on this file, right, it's showing that everything is happened. Like if you check, there is no public access to this S3 bucket. So it's secured so that it's not nobody can access outside of this bucket, right? If I click on this bucket, right, it's already showing the URL. If the URL also link because there is no public access has been given for this bucket. Okay. Now what we have done successfully, we have done 7 stages, right? Now we will enhance some of the part so that we to have the best readability. Like let's say that what I want to add is that we have multiple options, right? What in the sense is that multiple option. What I will say that we don't know what kind of build is this, right? We don't know what kind of project is that. So what we can do, we can add the tag behind this so that it can take the build number along with the artifacts. Okay. So how you are going to take that in the sense is that you have a build environments, right? You give it dash over here. If you check Jenkins build build environment, right? Okay, environment. You could click over here. You'll be using build environments. Then let me go to build environment. Credentials using environment variables, right? Click. See here is given. If you want to add any build ID, you can use build number, right? So that it take build everything and it will add over there. There is options that we can add variables, right? As I share that environment variable, we can add in your Jenkins file. So switchly, we'll go back and we will add enhancements to that. As I this is my daily practice, right? We are doing day by day, so we have hands-on knowledge on this. Okay, yeah. So simply, what we will do it, we will give it dollar. Okay, dollar, then afterward I will give flower bracket open, and then afterwards what I will do it, I will add the job name over here, capital job underscore name of the job name, right? Then I will close this bracket. Then more to additional to that, what I will do it, I will add one more, right? I'm saying that whatever the build name I have given, then please add the build number also, right? The same variable I'm going to use, right? I have to give it in the capital letter, right? Number. Let me check in what syntax they have given. It's given in the capital, right? Build number and the build ID, right? So build ID and the build number we are adding. Job number. Let me add one more point over here, right? Just click, paste. Then after curly bracket. Then afterwards, what I'm going to add, I required build ID also, right? The build ID, I will just go over here, then I will paste the build ID. Okay. So what we did, we have given the name artifacts. With that, we are tagging some of the variables, right? The job name refers to bingo, say the name of the pipeline. Then afterward, build number, with that we have 878 build number, right? Then I have a build ID. Okay, this is also optional. After that, what we are doing, we will giving the same as it is dot dot dgc dot dot .gz and the commands, everything we will save it just to have better readability, right? If you go and check it over here, right? If you check the artifacts, there is a one artifact.gz, but I don't know by reading this name which projects, which job that is associated with this, and what is a build ID is there, right? Jenkins build ID and Jenkins build number. Okay, so what I will do it, I will just apply and I will save it. Let me trigger this pipeline now and check it out. Does we have successfully added? We have done successfully or no, right? So the same steps will be proceeded. So simply what we, instead of common name, it will add the build ID and the build number, right? And the project name, okay? The job name, CI/CD pipeline, whatever we are adding. So it's showing that successfully done, right? If I'm checking the output, let me check the output from here itself, right? So if I click over here, right, the console output, pipeline console, workspace, if I click on the workspace, you're able to click on this, you're able to find one pipeline, like one artifact created. What is done, it has taken my name, that dollar, that means whatever the name of the pipeline, the job number, it has taken the job number over here. Then afterwards it has taken build ID and the build number. Okay, the build ID is refers to same, the build ID and build number refers to the same thing, but still I have added, no issue, we can revoke that. If you check it over here, the 8, right? On every build number, that name will be refreshed, because in the works, while uploading in the S3, I have given star mark, right? So whatever the name of .tar.gz will be available, that will be uploaded. Now, if you refresh over here, you're able to find that, the new file is uploaded. Now if you check the file name itself, you know that, see, one artifact has been uploaded that is associated to which Pingo dev environment, that and the build number of the Jenkins 8 is given right here. Even you can add here the Jenkins, sorry, the GitHub, right? GitHub commit ID you can add. For that you need to enhance more, right? For that you have to do enhancement more, right? What enhancement you have to do? First you have to fetch, right? First you have to fetch the commit ID, right? Then afterwards you have to get that. For that use case, what we will do it, just we'll go, okay, fine. That I will leave. As I mentioned that, moreover, you can add the git commit ID to this Jenkins, to the Jenkins pipeline, so that it can fetch the git commit ID from the Jenkins pipeline, right? When it's a git clone the repository, right? It has cloned all the code from the git hub to the to the Jenkins server, right? At that time, it will fetch whatever the commit ID that he will add, and it will give the tag to the file name itself. But that is can be as assignment. You can use the help of Google. You can add, and you can use over here the help of variable also. Okay, and you can check it out and how you can add it over there. Okay, so thanks for this tutorial. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and this is a enhancement, right? You have to know that how you can upload your artifacts to S3 bucket. Don't forget to share, subscribe, right? If you're not subscribed to my channel, then please do subscribe, hit bell icon, so that you receive lot of updates to DevOps and AWS, right? Cloud knowledge. Thank you very much. See you again, guys.